Hey folks, it's Don from Gaining Strength, and here in this video I want to talk about chin-up form, how to improve it to make it safer and more productive. So in this video here that you're seeing, I am doing a set of chin-ups with what ostensibly is good form. Most people would consider it good form. And I have 27.5 pounds around my waist, and I got a total of 5 repetitions, which is considered fairly good for a person my age. But this set, when I was done, I felt that I had hardly any decent stimulation of my upper back, even though I did this long eccentric at the end. So I realized that I had been chasing load and not using proper form. So this week, that was last week, this week I decided to clean up my form, and I used no load in this set, no added load, just my body weight. And did the chin-ups in the same position in exercise order in my training session. But in spite of not using any load, I could didn't even really quite get 3 full repetitions versus 5 in the previous week. And yet I felt the upper back stimulation was much superior. So I want to go over what the differences in form are. The second example is much better. So you see here, when I start this chin up, I pull with my elbows and my shoulders at the same time, and when I get to the top, my torso is more or less vertical. Let's watch that again. Both elbows and shoulders active at approximately the same time, and when I get to the top, the torso is more or less vertical. Chin is well above the bar, which is an important form point. But when you get to the top like this, and the forearms and the humerus upper arm are more or less vertical, that minimizes the loading of the active muscles, in this case the biceps, upper back, and deltoids. And so that's why I could handle 27.5 pounds added load on this exercise, because the form actually takes some of the load off the target muscles. And then you see in this last repetition at the top, my shoulders are rounded forward a little bit. That means that the pectorals are doing more work to hold the humerus in the position at the top. And the pectorals were more active in pulling the chin over the bar. So in the improved form that I used this week, that's no longer the case. So let's finish this eccentric and go to the better form. So you see, when I start this, at first I pull without bending the elbows. Only the shoulders move. There we go. And then I pull with the elbows. And the torso is now at an angle, and I pull my lower chest to the bar, and when I get to the top, my torso is at somewhat of an angle. I would say it's something like a 30 to 45 degree angle. I'm not looking at it from the side, so I can't say for sure, but I do know that you see at the top, my shoulders are now being pulled backwards instead of rounded forward. That means the upper back is being more activated and there's less pectoral action. So once again, pull with the shoulders first without bending the elbows, then pull with the elbows, and then at the top, the shoulders are being squeezed backwards instead of rounding forward. So at the bottom, the shoulders, some people will say that they'll use the term that the shoulders are packed. It simply means that you pull with straight arms first, leaning, which pulls the torso into that leaning position. Then you see this is the third repetition, and I'm maintaining the same form. The shoulders are being pulled backwards rather than rounding forwards. So at the end of this set, I could really feel that my upper back had been properly loaded. So it's a good example of how by chasing load you can alter form in such a way that you're actually ending up delivering less stimulus to the muscles because you've become focused on moving more load rather than properly engaging the target muscles. As Drew Bay says, we're not trying to do something to the load with the muscles, we're trying to do something to the muscles with the load. So we should focus on the form rather than on the load. So let's go over that one more time. You can see there the shoulder, I'm able to pull the shoulders backwards rather than allowing them to round forwards. And that's because of the angle created at the bottom by pulling with the shoulders first and then the elbows. And again here at the top, just to review, keeping the same form on the last repetition. Now if I'd let my shoulders round forward and my torso go vertical, I probably could have gotten my chin up over the bar, but that wouldn't have put as much load on the upper back. So I hope this video helps you improve your chin-up form to get more stimulus for your upper back with less load, less strain on your joints. Thanks for watching.